All right, welcome to the weekend video. This is Enda here. It's Saturday evening. I am late, but here we are. I'm going to go through the markets. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be an Elliott wave perspective as usual. And go check out the website, bullwebs.org, and see if you fancy joining up. Okay, righty. This is Eurodollar Daily. You all know, if you've been here for any length of time, that I'm tracking a three-wave correction, which, at this point seems to be never-ending, but a three-wave correction lower in wave D, and this would be of an overall triangle pattern in wave B. So this wave D has gone on for how long now? Since January this year. So, almost the full year now. Gosh, it's November now, so hey, it's 11 months of sideways action. All the talk of the US dollar dying this year. This chart here should really kind of put a kibosh on that. Really, as we say, it should really. If you look at this, you just know that the US dollar is not dying. No matter how much the Fed and the US government would like it to collapse, I think they're going to get the exact opposite. Anyway, we have a three-wave pattern lower. It looks like, I've said this for a few weeks now, that we're definitely bottoming. Maybe we're getting a fifth wave extension here, but we're coming to the end of this C wave of D, and we should get three waves higher in wave E. We've had a couple of false starts. Let's get into the short-term charts, and I'll show you where I'm thinking we are right now. So we've got that October pattern higher, ended up being a three-wave pattern higher, and we are now moving lower, either in an ending diagonal, or we're going to, there's every chance that we actually expand out this pattern here, and we end up going lower in a five-wave pattern. And at this point, if we do, we're looking probably towards the 113.50, 114 level to complete. So at the moment, we can still count this as an ending diagonal. Granted, the first wave down there, well, it can still be. Depends on how you separate the initial action here, but you can see you could read a possible three waves there. But I can, if you argue with me on that on calling this five waves down, that's fine. I don't mind, because I'm easy on that one. So if we're going to go an ending diagonal, it could be three down in one, three up in two. 3 down in 3, 3 up in 4, and 3 down in 5. So you'd expect this contraction in range to complete or to continue over the next week, and we push towards the lower trend line again. So what would I expect off this? Three waves up in wave 4 next week. That would be the initial expectation here. Now, if the price actually holds below 115.11, we'll probably begin to move towards a more standard five-wave pattern with a third wave extension. So we'll probably be going maybe 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 3, and then a fourth and a fifth. So it'll be an extra fourth and fifth kind of step lower, rather than what I'm showing here. Excuse me. So for next week, let's see if we can close out wave 4 and 5. And again, let's see if we get a turn higher. Okay, cable. Here is the pattern cable that we've got a wave 1 down, a running flat wave 2, and we are actually moving lower quite nicely these days. I think we've probably got 5 waves down off the wave 2 high, so let's get a look at that. So we're probably going wave 1, 2, and then a 1, 2 again. And if we go here to the hourly chart, you'll see that. Wave 2, and then we've got 5 waves down in wave 1 in green, and we are. I'm still expecting at least a reasonable pattern higher in wave 2. So a reasonable correction probably towards 136 again. We did not. We extended lower this week, but we didn't counteract this move yet. So it looks like we'll probably do that soon, given the fact that on Thursday, Friday, we basically went nowhere. We're close to closing out this downward facing trend channel there. So that Elliott channel is pretty full now. Maybe we get one step lower, but I think we'll will begin to move higher in 3 waves next week, and that will set up a 1-2 pattern for probably a speculative trade lower in wave 3 if we get that. If everything works, and we get a corrective lower high in 3 waves up towards 136, then you'll be looking towards an acceleration lower in wave 3 later on in the month, maybe the week after next. Okay, so dollar yen, it looks like we're pushing higher finally into that 5th wave high. You can see that the recent decline did actually end up being just a 3-wave pattern lower with the, well, it was a complex 3-wave pattern lower, and we have retraced that higher again this week. So all going well on the wave count. Maybe this week's nice spike higher is wave 1 and 2 of 5, and in that case we'd be expecting wave 3, 4, and 5 to complete next week. So this pattern is on track. Let's see if we get 5 waves up in wave 5 of C to complete wave B next week. Interesting enough, this rally actually happened off the back of that blowout CPI report. So the complete opposite of what most people would have expected. A rally in the dollar, a rally in dollar yen, off the back of a bad CPI. So it ain't, I suppose everything is not as clear as what one might expect it to be. Okay. Next week, let's see if we get wave 5 in blue, tracing 5 waves up. Okay, this is the Dow. It's actually pretty boring this week in the Dow. A little move lower. I'm viewing this as a 4th wave right now. So it can actually be viewed in two competing yet complementary patterns right now. If we take the alternate count here, or the count in the red box here, and we go with the more complex version of wave 4, then we have a clean off that interim low there. We have a clean 5-wave pattern higher. So you can see wave 4 in green here. Let's say bottomed out at about 33,870. Off that low, then we have a 1, 2, 3, and 5 waves in wave 3, correcting lower in wave 4, and then we push to one final high in wave 5. Now that would actually be wave 5 in blue of wave 5 in green. So on the 4-hour chart here, I'm showing kind of an expanded version of that with the let's say a simpler wave count in wave 4 with an extension in wave 3. So it would call for a series of 4th and 5th waves to top out again. So if this count here on the 4-hour chart is correct, then it looks like we'll probably get a series of new highs probably towards the middle of December. So you get your Christmas rally, everybody's happy, and we top out in wave 5 again. So on the hourly chart, I'm actually running with the, let's say, the nearer term disaster, if you want to call it that. The idea that we have a 3rd, 4th, and 5th complete in wave 3, an ABC down in wave 4, and now moving higher in wave 5 of 5 to complete it all. If we do, then we fill out this trend channel again somewhere around the 37,000 level. That's a lot of points higher, 26,000 or 36,000 and change now. So it's about 900 points. What's 900 points these days? I do remember when 900 points was a catastrophe or an amazing day in the markets. Now people just kind of brush it off as nothing. I do remember actually one of the largest days down into the 08-09 crash was 900 points. I think that was the biggest crash day that they had, that was experienced. Now it's just nothing even to write home about. Okay, so here's the impending pattern. Let's say we have a completed 5-wave rally this week coming, and then we look for a top. So let's see how that goes. Okay, the count in gold is actually stepping towards the far more bullish option, and I think we can, for me anyway, I can rule out at least one bearish alternate, that triangle bearish alternate that I was looking at recently. If we continue with this current pattern, then right now we're moving higher in a third of a third of wave 5. So let's get into the hourly count. I'll see where that goes. So we have wave 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then, wave 1 and 2 in blue complete, and wave 1 and 2 in pink underway. This actually, the count that I'm working with here is actually, let's say, allowing for more upside in wave 3. So it would actually call for a larger acceleration. I'm not against that at all. So it's about time, gold had some, let's say, positive price action. It's basically gone sideways for 18 months. So here we go. We could be on the cusp of a third of a third of a third rally. If this wave 2 actually turns out correct next week, then we should bottom, let's say, around the 1830 level again, and then move higher into wave 3 of 3. We'll see. Thursday and Friday's action gave us 3 waves up, so I'm open to the idea that this is a B wave within wave 2. So we'll see how that goes on Monday. If we get another step lower on Monday, I'd actually be happier with this count. We'd look for a low in wave 2 in Tuesday, and then probably Wednesday look higher in wave 3 of 3. We'll see how that goes as well. Okay, here is crude oil. Crude oil is still on, let's say, on track within wave 5 of 5. So it looks like we've got an impulse pattern higher. Let's get this trend channel going here. So we've got wave 1, 2, 3, ABC down in 4, and now we're working higher in wave 5 of C of B. So we're moving towards a significant top here. We've got the rally in place that we were looking for, that 1-2 rally. Next week we need that third wave acceleration within wave 5. So if we go down to the hourly chart here, you can see 3 waves down in wave 4, and then 5 wave pattern higher in wave 1. Maybe an ABC pattern in place. I don't quite know yet. It's a higher low. The price seems to have bounced off that lower trend channel line, so we are within the trend still. If we spike higher again on Monday, if we create a smaller degree 1-2 pattern higher, that will suggest that wave 3 in green is underway, and we can probably look out towards the $86, $87 area for wave 3 to complete over the next week. So that is the idea next week. Let's see if we move into a third wave. Okay, the S&P. Here is the 4-hour count. Looking for wave 5 of 5 again. 6 degrees of trend here, 5th waves. And if you go to the hourly count, it's actually 7 degrees of trend, because I'm breaking out this third wave pattern here. So again, we've skirted the upper trend channel line again. We've got the Elliott channel here showing me that we have a very extended pattern within an extended market. We have a legitimate throwover actually in place right now. It depends on how the pattern develops off the top here. If we get another acceleration lower next week, that will more than likely suggest that the 5th wave top is already in place, but then we'd have to work lower and create a larger impulsive pattern off the top to suggest, to confirm the pattern. But for now, we'll actually get into the hourly chart here to show you where my mind is at right now. So here is the 4th wave low, and we have a wave 1, 2, extension in wave 3, so that's wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have this week turned out to be a 4th wave, fair enough. I'm not even sure, or you can't really actually be certain. I mean, there's a good argument to be made that wave 4 is complete, but we did move higher in 3 waves so far. So, unless that extends higher and we break out to, above 47.20 again, you can still view this as a correction until that happens. So for the moment, it's still reasonable to suggest that wave 5 of 5 is underway. So wave 5 pink is underway. And in that case, if we do continue the rally on Monday, in that case, then we probably, we move up above 4,800 to complete this ending rally. Okay, so 5 waves up, darn near to complete. Next week should do it for this pattern anyway. Okay, let's move on. Here's silver. There's a couple of ways of viewing this, but I think we're drawing to the end of this wave 1 pattern here. So I think we're close to a reasonable correction here in silver, and I think this will be a tradable correction as well. The deeper the correction is, the better, I think, because I think it'll still qualify as a second wave. So if we fall below 24,000, or 24,000, what am I talking? I'm too used to looking at big numbers in the Dow. If we fall below $24 again, if we fall into this trend line again, in 3 waves, I think that will be a pretty bullish setup. That's what I'm looking forward to this week, and we'll see how that works out. Wave 5 of 1. If this is wave 5 of 1, we should have enough time on Monday to complete that, and even maybe begin the rollover into wave A of 2. That is the outlook for now. If we go to Bitcoin, there is a possibility that we have a 1-2 pattern developing off the top. This would be either a running flat or an expanded flat second wave. There was a nice move lower after completing a possible 5-wave pattern higher. So every chance that you should watch out here, especially if we break this 4th wave low here, 57,800 looks like it's going to be a neckline for this pattern. So let's see, should the market break that neckline, we may break the back of Bitcoin again. I want to have a look at FTSE. The rally out of, let's say, the October lows. October, September, October, pretty much all of summertime ended up being a triangle. If we go to the 4-hour count here, it ended up being a triangle correction sideways with numerous steps lower within there, You can forgive me for looking to the downside on a bigger scale on that one. So the triangle ended up finishing out that sideways ranging pattern, let's say, at let's go to the hourly count to see at 69.40 or 69.46, and then we seem to be tracking higher in a weak 5th wave right now. So we've got wave 1, 2. Wave 3 still has 5 waves in it, so wave 1, 2, 3, possible running flat wave 4 there, and then a spike higher wave 5, or you could probably even call that a triangle as well. It's an awkward triangle, but it is a possibility nonetheless. So with 5 waves up in wave 3, maybe a running flat again in wave 4. If we do, we go a wave B up and wave C down, wave 4. And a spike higher actually in 5 waves up into wave 5. So there is a chance that this this market may be moving towards a, let's say, a crisis of confidence, a moment of questioning, especially if we move lower in an impulsive pattern here. So I would watch this 4th wave low here at 69.46. If we break that triangle low, then in an impulsive manner, then I think we're done here in FTSE. Okay, let's see the Nasdaq here. Nasdaq is showing pretty much the same pattern as the S&P. So we've got a the Dow 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in wave 3. Correction down in wave 4. So far, no confirmation of a rally in wave 5, but you would expect that to happen. We close out this trend channel again. I think that's another opportunity to look for a turn at a larger degree again. Okay, I think we're done. Thank you, everybody, for hanging around. Again, I always leave on the good news. I give you the bad news in the markets. or good news, depends on where you're, what you come from, or what side of it you come from. Here is the good news that I believe that everybody should hear. So it's just the ABCs of salvation. If you're not a Christian, I'm not asking you to consider a religion. I'm asking you to consider your Savior. So, you look at that night sky and you tell me that that we didn't all just crawl out of some steaming pile of goo down on the African continent somewhere, and by happenstance, here I am talking to you across, the internet on a microphone with technology all around me, and people everywhere talking and laughing and having fun and creating families and living life. If you tell me that is just happenstance, I'd like to see the odds on that being happenstance. You don't want to hear it. You have a creator. He wants a relationship with you. The only way you can do that is through Jesus Christ. So there's the ABCs of salvation. I'd like to see you in heaven too. And on that note, have a good weekend, kids. See you Monday. Everybody on the website. And that's my late night radio voice. It's not working. God bless. Have a good weekend. See everybody on Monday on the website, and everybody else, check out the website. And we'll see you there too. Bye-bye.